What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode here on Futbol Asada. I'm your host, Andre, with my co-host, Chris. Hattrick Chris.
What up, boys?
And today we're going to be previewing Mexico versus New Zealand and Mexico versus Canada. The two friendlies we got this international window. The first matches with Javier Aguirre returning to the Selección Mexicana. I guess we'll start off with the New Zealand match. What do you want to see from this game?
Well, it is the first game, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a little bit of disconnect with the team and the new system. But that's what I'm most interested in seeing. What is the new system? Like, just based on the call-up, it looks like we might go to a back five. That's what he played at Mallorca with. And most of our best players, like, nowadays are defenders. Like, outside of Santi Jimenez from the forwards, like, our best thing about our team was our defense in the Copa America. So we might go with a back five. I'm interested in seeing that. I'm interested in seeing what he uses in the midfield, like what kind of midfield he wants. With Jimmy Lozano, it was as boring as being on hold with Wells Fargo. Like, literally, like, I want to see, like, he called up a lot of creative players that could play in the midfield, like Cordova, Marcelo Flores, Diego Lainez,
Piojo.
even Orbelin Pineda, Piojo, like, all these. I want to see, like, those type of players in the midfield. I just want to see a lot of different things, bro. I don't want to see the same lineups. Like, I know he called up a lot of new players. I don't want to see the same mistakes that Jimmy Lozano would do, that he would bring in new players, would get all excited during the call-up, and then they wouldn't even play. Like, not even in friendlies. Like, I want to see a lot of rotation. I'm not expecting to see, like, what our best 11 would be with the players we called up. Because I just want to see, I know it's going to be, I want to see a lot of mix and match. Like I wouldn't mind seeing Mozo as a right back and Padilla as a goalie, or Fidel Ambriz in the midfield, Cordova there, maybe Santi and Henry starting at the same time. Like, I want to see like us testing out a bunch of different stuff, because this is what these friendlies are for. Especially against a team like New Zealand. Like, this team is not very good. Like, I think they've missed the last two World Cups. They do have like some decent players like Chris Wood in the Premier League, but like I said, I just want to see, for the most part, just us trying new things. And if I were to give you a prediction, I think we'll win 2-1. Like, I think it will be like our first game, so we might not be connecting like passes like we're prime Barcelona or anything, but I do think we have the talent to win the game. Plus, we're technically playing at home. I think the game's in LA, right? And I will say, I think Santi Jimenez will have a clean slate with a new manager. I think he'll get off on the right foot. I am predicting him to get a goal. I think he'll get a goal. And I think Cesar Montes will get a goal, like on a set piece. And I think we'll win that game 2-1.
Yeah, I think one of the main things I want to see is how Santi Jimenez plays now with Javier Aguirre, because the way Jimmy Lozano would set up the team would not benefit him at all. I really want to see if he uses an attacking midfielder, or how exactly he makes Santi Jimenez link up with the play, because he needs to be involved more when it comes to him playing for Mexico. He only gets like 2 or 3 chances, and obviously if he doesn't score that, it's the end of the world and everyone's going to be talking about him. So hopefully he's involved more. And something else I want to see, well, not something else, a player I want to see is Marcelo Flores. He did not get to wear the shirt for the friendlies or a single Copa America match this summer. So he's a player I want to see as well. Sebastián Cordova, a player that's been very inconsistent when it comes to getting called up and playing in the national team. But I think Aguirre is trying to get like the last ounce of like, all right, what do you have that should have you in this team for like this process of leading up to the 2026 World Cup? Like, Cordova's a player that Mexico does need in reality. He's a creative midfielder, a 10. Left foot, right foot, like, he has everything to be a start in this team. It's just the consistency he has at Tigres. He hasn't been getting that much stats. But we've seen in the past, when this guy's on his game, he could change the game just by himself. Like we saw with Tigres when they won the league against Chivas. That Liguilla run he had was special, and then obviously him in the Olympics. But besides that, want to see squad rotation. Alan Mozo, he needs to get some minutes. Fidel Ambriz, Eric Lira. I'm not the biggest fan of him, but he's a player that, I mean, he deserves a chance, you know. We never see the guy get called up to the national team. So hopefully the instant impact Aguirre brings is good to see. But we should be beating New Zealand. Now, talking about Canada.
What is your score prediction?
I think I'll go 2-0. I don't think they'll score on us. We have 3 really good goalkeepers. Alex Padilla, Bilbao, Malagón. Yes, he's been out of form, but he's still their number 1. And Talarangel, yes, he had a terrible debut for Mexico, but he's still class. Once he gets some confidence and a good run of games, he could be a really good goalkeeper. So I'll say 2-0 clean sheet. But for Canada, I don't think it'll be that easier, to be honest. I think that's a game that we might not even win. But as long as I see like squad rotation and like a good play style, a good system, I mean, it's just a friendly, so that's what they're used for.
To be honest, I'm going to be optimistic and say we draw 1-1, which sounds weird. I know when you hear optimistic
Optimistic.
against Canada, you would expect us to be like destroying them, but we got to remember this isn't the same Mexico or the same Canada from like 5-10 years ago. Like Mexico 5-10 years ago was by far the number one team in CONCACAF, and Canada wasn't even top six. They would never even make like the final round of the Hex. But things have changed. Like now, us and Canada are like 2 and 3 in CONCACAF. We're like right there. Like yes, we won the most recent Gold Cup, but they also were the only CONCACAF team to make the semifinals of the Copa America. Like I think it's between us and them, between like the being the second and third in CONCACAF right now. So that there's that, and also the fact that like they also have a new manager in Jesse Marsh. Like he just recently joined before the Copa America, but this team does have that Copa America run together. Like he just joined and they got to the semifinals. Like I said, this is like Javier Aguirre'S first game in charge, so I think they will be a more cohesive unit as well. And then to be honest with you, if you were to get both rosters, right? If you were to get both rosters, and you were to rank like the players, you could make the argument that 4 out of the top 5 players in this game are Canadian. Alfonso Davies, Jonathan David. You could even throw in Stefan Eustachio, and then you even the one of their center backs had like a very good Copa America. I think he's playing in the French league now for Lyon or Marseille, Bombito, and then Santi Jimenez. Those are arguably the top 5 players in this matchup because Edson Alvarez isn't here, obviously, or else he definitely would have been in the top 5. But you can realistically argue that the best players in this game are Canadian. So that's why I'm saying I'm optimistic and thinking we can get a draw, which I think would be a good result. Again, it's not even about the result though. I'll say the game's going to end 1-1. That's my prediction. But it's not really about the results. It's about how we play, about how we look, seeing new faces, seeing what players like. It's also about seeing who doesn't belong anymore. Like we could also see players like, you know what, like that guy should not be getting called up anymore after this window. And then all these guys impressed, they should be a part of the team moving forward. So we'd have to. I want to see a lot of squad rotation. That's like the main thing.
Yeah, I think you said it perfectly. Nothing much else to add. For my score prediction against Canada, I'll go a draw as well. I think it'll be like a 2-2, a high-scoring game.
We'll score 1 goal against Canada, like I said, and I think the goal scorer will be. Give me Marcelo Flores, bro. Give me Marcelo Flores to score on Canada, the nation of his birth, and he's gonna kiss. He's gonna kiss the Mexico badge in front of the Canada fans.
Bro, that would be
all 5 of their fans that are gonna be in the stands.
That would be fucking insane if he does that. But one thing I do not want to see, Friday night, the day before the New Zealand game, is breaking news. Javier Aguirre prefers Memo Martinez over Santi Jimenez, and Santi will be benched both games.
My whole weekend.
I would be genuinely shocked because that's the type of things we would see with Jimmy Lozano all the time. So fingers crossed, that's not something we see. But we gave a predicted lineup last video. Do you have any updates to that or no?
No, like I said, I don't even because even in our predicted video, like that's what we think will be the best 11 from this call up. But to be honest with you, I don't think he'll play his best 11. Like whatever it is from this team, there's gonna be a lot of rotation. You might like mix and match, like guys who thinks are starters, guys who doesn't think are starters, like as of right now. And I honestly prefer it that way. Just seeing a bunch of different players in a bunch of different positions or whatever.
Just don't. If Charlie starts both games somehow, that's gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah, that would be the only L. Like he should not. Charlie Rodriguez shouldn't see the field, to be honest with you. But
yeah,
whatever.
I think that was it though, guys. Let's just hope we see a good play style, entertaining football. That's all we can say right now. Well, we'll catch you guys in next week's episode. Like I keep saying every video, hit the post notifications to know every time we upload. Subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a like. And join the Discord link down below to chat with us. And we'll catch you guys next time.